Hey, what's up, Cuzzy? What's going on? How you doing? I'm going live. This is the first time I've ever gone live. I was supposed to be on something today doing about speaking about what it is, emotional intelligence and all of this kind of stuff. And the line kept on going all over the place. So I just thought, you know what? I'm just gonna go live and we can have our moment. So what's been good? What's been happening? Okay, I'm gonna try ringing my man. Let me see if I can ring a bit. Right, I'm gonna try something here. Da-da-da. Okay, thanks, Kazi. I like that. You say well done on your first time. Yeah, I don't do this kind of stuff, but yeah, let's try.
Yo, 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 Larry.
What's going on?
Okay, this is much better, isn't it?
Yeah, why is my connection better than yours? And I
Um,
can't hear you that great, but
I don't know, but you know what? I was gonna suggest this as well as another option, but I don't know for some
yeah.
reason, like it just shut down earlier, and it didn't even let me like I don't know, like. But don't worry, we're good now, right?
See, mine's better.
Yours is much better. I think
But I need your volume. I need your volume.
we need my volume to be higher. Yeah. Can you hear me now or no? Is that better?
Not yet, not yet. I
No,
need more.
you need much, much more. Yeah. So you want me to shout? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. It's I mean, those in the chat, is Ash okay? Can you hear him okay, or is it just me?
Can you guys hear me, or is it just an issue on Larry's side, guys? Give us a thumbs up or a like, or give us some hearts.
Where's the love?
Where's the love? Where's the love, everyone? I mean, at the moment, there's three people in the live, so they're okay. Earth to Bella, yep, amazing.
You
Thank you.
see, they can hear you. Oh man.
We
So
got a
what's going
couple.
on with my phone?
Nice, nice. So are you using your phone, or are you using your laptop, or are you using an iPad?
I decided to use the phone, but I was hearing you pretty good a minute ago, but it just dropped off. When you come on this one, it's dropped off.
All right. One person said they can hear me. One person said it sounds a little low.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Oh,
Um.
let's see if we can hear okay.
Okay. Shall I shall I try with headphones or
Yeah. Put your headphones in. Let's see what we got.
all right, one second.
I'm not sure if that's going to affect anything. Everyone, thank you for coming back onto the live. We really appreciate you. You can see we have that tenacity where we're trying to keep on going.
100%. 100%. We've got proper commitment and dedication. Dedicated
So if you're
people.
excited to be here, show some love. Let's see some hearts. Let's see some waves. Let's see something.
Okay. Yeah. All right. A lot of hearts we got there, man. You see them hearts? So basically, I was actually gonna recommend this as well.
Okay, put your earphones in. I can barely hear you. You got them in?
All right, give me 1 second. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, so whilst we're waiting for
All right.
Ash to come back, I just want to say to everyone, listen, whatever you want to achieve in life, you really can do it. The most important thing about achieving what you need to be in life is understanding why are you here? Sometimes you got to ask that question, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Because sometimes we're chasing after things that really are not in alignment with who we are. Some people are made to be the head, some people are made to be the eyes, some people are made to be the hands, and some people are made to be the toe. But you know what? Even if you're the smallest little toe, that place on the human body is so significant and it plays a major role to the body. So whatever you do, do it to the best of your ability. Don't let anyone tell you that you're not good enough. Don't let anyone tell you that you don't have what it takes. Because if you believe and truly know in your heart that you are good enough, pursue your dream. Become everything that you should be. Don't give up on the dream just because people tell you it's not possible.
Okay, can you guys hear me now or still?
You still sound the same.
Okay, cool. It's I don't think it's connected. Um, yeah, it's because I've got these.
Okay,
1 second.
so what was Ash is getting us all together? I feel some of you in with some of the things that I was saying earlier on is that yes, I speak for a living, but I didn't always believe that I would speak for a living. There was a lot of other things that I thought I wanted to pursue, whether it was football. I thought I wanted to be a singer. That was one thing I wanted to be. I wanted to be a singer. And the thing about when we're young is that we're so talented in so many different areas. And we have people around us that will always tell you, you should go and do this. Why don't you go and do this? And why don't you go and do that? But sometimes it can be just a case that, you know what? Whilst I may be talented in all of these different areas, what is the true reason of why I'm here? And Mark Twain once said, the two most important days of your life is the day that you're born and the day you find out why. And that pursuit of knowing who you are will be a game changer for you. It really will. You know, oh, I said I can hear, they said they can hear Ash fine. Ash, everybody's saying that
Uh,
they can hear you fine.
okay, I may take their word for it and
So
gonna
it's something to do with me. I don't even know what that is. It's something to do with me. I don't even know what I need to press.
no problem. Yeah, so basically, I was about to say, like, before I used to do this, like, entrepreneurship slash business show with a friend of mine based in Sudan. So what we used to do is like for the first half hour, would I would host and he would join on my one, and then for the second part,
Right.
he would host and then I would join in her one. Because then at least that way you've got on your own page, and you don't have to rely on. That was before I discovered that you can go with if you go to Google and put in Instagram TV downloader, you can actually download any
Right.
Instagram. But this is yeah, this is amazing. So do you wanna? Because the other thing we used to do as well, like because it was sort of like a classes session in a sense. Like every week we talk about a different topic, and then she would like implement it into her own business. So like when I was on hosting the live, I'd sort of do the class, but then in the second session, it was
Mm.
more about her practical implementation and how she sort of got on. Did you want to
Yeah.
switch it
I
up?
mean, you know me, Ash, I can just talk. And, you know, I've got a bit of an idea of some of the things or the questions that were being asked. And I'm just trying to, bit by bit, kind of work through them. And I was just talking about the belief that you need to have in yourself. And sometimes that belief, you have to go on a journey because I'm not here to pretty up anything. I'm not going to pretend to say you wake up one day and, hey, I've got my purpose. Hey, I woke up and that's that eureka moment. It doesn't quite often work like that. I believe that where I am today has come out some of my biggest crisis, you know, some of my biggest challenges in life. And if you picture it like this, crisis always presents an opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Crisis always presents an opportunity. Now, if you believe that you're here to do something, that's the first thing. We can look at this world right now and say, okay, there's all of these different problems in the world. I've been created for a solution. I'm here to solve something in the world. So now we're talking about purpose. Now we're talking about a belonging. Now we're talking about a reason of my existence to be here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that thinking, I have to go through this process to say, well, let me look at my life. Let me look at my talents. Let me look at my gifts. Let me look at everything of what I have, who I am to be the person that I should be in this world and in this life.
Mm.
So I've spent time, you know, we can talk about entrepreneurship and what it is to make money and to do all of these things, but how important is that to be being who you are?
Oh yes. 100%.
Yeah. If you can understand who you are, the gift that comes with money becomes secondary. If you go after money, you may never come into who you truly are. Money is a byproduct of your greatness. Money is a byproduct of what you are and who you become. So I've been in positions in life where I've gone after the money. I thought that was it. But what I did, I ended up building up a character, a personality of somebody that wasn't really me. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I totally get that.
Because I wanted to create this ideology of this person called Larry Fisher, who's going to be this incredible speaker and do all of these wonderful things. And the only thing was happening was I lost myself in the process.
Mm,
The day I became me was when I started to see the change. The day when I said, I don't need to have the riches, I don't need to have the fame, I don't need to have the acceptance. That's when I stepped into who I am right now. And in doing so, I speak for a living. I speak to people. I speak and I teach looking at emotional intelligence. You know, I work with so many different types of people in self-confidence, purpose, understanding who you are. Because without understanding who you are, you're not much good to anyone. A
100%.
rabbit does not change the world thinking it's a toad.
Okay.
A giraffe cannot change the world thinking it's a tiger. You have to understand who you are
Mm,
and where you are placed in life. And also in this, take down this whole hierarchical mindset into this this position means more than another position. You are here to serve a purpose, and your purpose and what you serve is greater than anything else because it doesn't matter what you do. What matters is how well you do it.
oh yeah, I love that. All right. So in terms of the people that you work with, so what is usually like recurring themes that happen or that come up again and again, or like what would you say is the biggest challenge?
Life. The biggest challenge is life. Life has stolen people's dreams. Traumas have stolen dreams. Bad relationships have stolen dreams. Um, Lack of self-control, their ability to self-governance themselves has stolen dreams. Lack of hope has stolen dreams. So what I do in my conversations with people, when I work with people, whether it's groups or whether it's one-to-ones, I get you back to being you. And that's the key, back to being you. And that's how I work with. So I have a course which I called Why Should I Care? Why should I care? Because you're saying that you have a business. Why should I care about your business? Who are you? Why should I spend my hard-earned money with you? Why should I care? Do you love you? If you don't love you and if you don't love your business, why are you asking me to spend with you?
Mm,
What do you have that's unique and different that cannot be duplicated or replicated? What do you have that means I shouldn't go to anybody else but come to you? These are some of the key things that we have to ask ourselves. And then on top of that, own you. Own you. Own your shame. Own your embarrassment. Own your failures. You have to get into a position where you're not living with a imposter syndrome. And what this means is this, is that if you're in a position and anyone can take you off your perch, you have to go back and revisit the reasons why they can take you off your perch.
mm,
If somebody can point at you and say that you don't deserve to be up on that spot, you have to go back and deal with that because nobody should be able to topple you off where you are. And that often comes because we feel that we're going to get found out at any minute. I'm really acting. This isn't really me. So at any point, somebody can turn around and say, you don't belong where you are. So the key thing is to own everything that nobody can take away who and what you are.
I like that. All right. And then so in terms of I don't know if it hello? Can you hear me, Larry?
I got you. I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so in terms of like the people that you work with, so what sort of tell us about the journey after sort of your sort of interaction with them, your consultation, your business development. And
It's different. Yeah, it depends on what in which way I work with them. Because listen, I work with different people. Um I work with corporate companies who want the key to make more money and want their staff to work out a higher level. However, I'm also doing one-to-ones with ex-offenders who have been how can I say it, rejected by society.
mm,
I work with people who've been told that there's no hope for them. So I am all about transformational leadership, transformational living. I work with people who, for example, I came out of the children's care system myself. So I have a company called Generation of Hope. And I work with 16 to 24-year olds that have come out of the care system. Now, between the ages of 16 and 24, it's a great place to work with people because it's easier for them to change rather than when they're 30, 40, or 50 and still going through a lot of those life cycles or traumas in their life. So, what I do between 16 and 24, I do workshops. I do transformational workshops that works on their confidence, their self-esteem. When I came at the care system, I was written off. And it's a normal thing. You come at the care system and you are written off. You're told you're going to be either a drug addict, an alcoholic, obese, suicidal, homeless, or literally just dead. There's no hope. So I work with people to give them hope. That's really the place of where I come from. And I'm able to transform that from a company, or I can work with individuals, or I can work with groups in different contexts.
nice, nice. Okay. And then in terms of once you started your entrepreneurial journey and you started your freelance and becoming your own boss, what was the biggest challenge you faced?
Me, I was my biggest challenge. Because nothing else is a challenge apart from yourself.
Oh yes.
The challenge is, do I think I'm good enough to do it? And some of the things that I mentioned before, an imposter syndrome. Am I going to get found out? Am I really not this guy? Do people feel like they want to listen to me? How can I get clients? Why would a client want to come to me and spend money with me talking to their teams, their staff, their people? And that's the challenge. Everything else is not a challenge.
Mm,
I have a saying, use what's in your hand. We have so much free different ways that we can talk to people. We can come online. There's other social media platforms. There's so many other ways that we can get the message out and speak to people. But your biggest challenge will always be yourself.
real talk, real talk. Okay. And then I know you sort of touched about it briefly in terms of, when you were working for head office and when it came to like they sent you out to do work and you saw there was a value that you were sort of not capturing. But other than that, like what other sort of motivators or were there for you to become like to set up like your own sort of entrepreneurial journey or your own business?
See, I like to say I'm a man of faith. God, that's my man right there. And I wouldn't be where I am without my faith and that my belief in God. That's how I look at my life. And the reason I say that is because everything I do is not because of me. It's because I've been trusted with this gift to go out and speak to people and impact lives. And I recognize this, that you have to exhaust every God-given ability and talent that you have, because I'm here to give back. I'm here to serve. That's what it is. So I use everything that I am, every element of business knowledge that I have, I use to be able to help somebody else. So in doing so, I've been very fortunate to work in entertainment. I've been very fortunate to work in business development. I've been very fortunate to work in learning and development. And what I do, I bring all of that together to bring a package to be able to go back now and talk to people.
Mm, okay. Right. And then in terms of because I know we did it like a project together, and I know this issue came up constantly, which is sort of business owners' reluctance to adapt or embrace technology or sort of get with the times or, you know, embrace the changes and stuff. They're sort of stuck in their ways. So how does that conversation go? And how would you sort of encourage people to, or show them the light, as as I would
Yeah,
like to.
it's this is quite I see I think it's quite simple, and it's something I've had to do throughout the years. The thing about business is this: you have to go where the technology is. Technology dictates culture. You can be strong and wrong. You can be a person that says, I don't need to change. But here's the reality is the change isn't about you. The change is for the people. If you are serving people in business, your job is to give them the best experience possible. It's not about you. It's about your customer. And that's where you start understanding that we need to change. And we've got so many examples of companies that decided not to change. We can look at Skype. I always say it all the time. Skype should have been Zoom. Zoom should never have got to the place that it did. But yet Skype was sleeping.
Yeah.
Blockbuster should have been Netflix.
Mm.
HMV should have been Spotify. These are companies that said, no, we're so big. I'm a business owner. We're businesses. We don't need to change. People demand change. The question is, how far ahead of the curve are you?
Mm.
When you start living as number one, it becomes a problem. Somebody once said, you got to live as number two to always stay being number one, if that makes sense. Think of yourself always pushing forward, or otherwise, for the moment you're at the top, you can start falling off because you feel that there's nothing that can challenge you. And quite often, that's how business works. Business works on the principle of whatever you're doing, my job is to do it and improve it. That's how business quite often works. They try to look out where you have failed and improve on where you failed.
Mm. Real talk. All right. And then in terms of like the businesses that you worked with, who would you say is like the most success or like the biggest success story that you sort of had?
So it's funny because
In case.
I know sometimes, yeah, I know sometimes I probably don't always give the answers that are quite the logical answers. But one of my thing is that as a business, first thing is this: you yourself are a business. You put a .com next to your name because you are a business. And me personally, I'm not really interested in how well a business does. I'm more interested in the person. I'm more interested when I see people turn their lives around, when I see the change in that person and then they go off to do great things. That's really me, because now you've got a different mindset. You can go off and do the thing that you were purposed to do. Businesses, yes, it's great to go in and work with different business owners and, you know, you can see impact to turn around in their profits. But just because you got a turnaround in your profit doesn't mean that there's a turnaround in you as an individual. So I'm very much into working on the individual and improving the individual. And then by proving individual, you improve the business.
Okay, that's
So
a
strategies, it's people development is key. You've always got to understand people development. People development, business development.
mm. All right. And then in terms of your own journey, so how has the business environment changed? And then the second thing I want you to talk about is how have you adapted to the technology? So I'm putting that technology question back onto you and your business.
I think what's changed is this. I think we live in we live in a world where everybody wants to get rich quick, and the motivation for business is unhealthy because yes, we understand that we have to live. Yes, we understand that we want to provide a better future for our family, and I totally get that. But sometimes it's at what cost, and are we doing it for the right reasons? Um, Even if we look out Instagram, the wonderful world of Instagram, and being an influencer on Instagram, it's a business. But the motive and the agenda, is it for self or is it for people? And I think we live in a very, what I like to say, grabalicious world where it's a me first mindset. And I think we live in a saturated market and world where um, business actually comes second to people's needs. And I think the key thing is to understand people and go to that mindset that I said before. You're here to solve a problem. Even as a business, you have to look at it as this. There's a problem. People come to us with a problem. We have the solution. And that's one of the easiest ways to understand business is you are designed to be a solution to a problem. But I feel it's not quite like that these days.
Yeah, real talk. And then also the amount of money these influencers and these online people are making.
Mm.
Maybe they're solving the problem of entertainment. We need to. Okay, and then so in terms of your "Why Should I Care" program, so
Yeah.
tell us how it sort of works, how it runs, like how could people approach you, how long does it last for, like sort of the lay of the land.
Yeah, so it works in two ways. Listen, we do day programs, do weekly programs, we can be monthly. Sometimes we do it over a period of 6 months. And it's taking you on a journey to find your own identity and how you fit into the market. But first of all, understanding who you are. What, like I said, what makes you unique? What is your story as a business? Because you can say I command or I want you to come and buy all of these things, but what's your story? You haven't allowed me to invest into you. You know, what's your PR? What's the story behind you and where you've got to? And we can't just have a product and say buy it without a story. So I like to take people on a journey of understanding, first of all, who they are, what are their strengths, and your unique assets. What is your unique asset that cannot be duplicated or replicated? And that's the main thing. And then understanding that there has to be a platform that you can stand on, that nobody can remove you off that platform because you know who you are.
Mm, yeah, like that. All right, and then in terms of yeah, so it's sort of tailor made, bespoke. So
Yeah,
one day with one person, it could be 3 months with another person, and then also you're not really motivated by the money. It's more like by the project. So each project has,
correct.
because obviously the other thing as well, if you're working with the individual, like the business is separate, like in a sense, like obviously if you're working with a corporate, it's different mindset. So I like that.
Correct.
And then could you also do this type of, because obviously I'm Sudanpreneur, so most of my like community is not based here. So is there the opportunity to do it like online, or does it have to be physical?
Um, at the moment, I can do it online because I do it in two ways. I have the physical and I have the online. Both are as effective. So it's pretty easy to be able to do.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, so there's a potential to add to your customer base by
Yeah.
collaborate. All right, and then in terms of how do people like reach out or schedule sort of that program? So is there a form to fill out or email or
You can DM me or hit me up on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. Uh, DM me here on Instagram. Find me Twitter. I'm about.
okay? All right, and then in terms of, I don't know whether I should have put this maybe earlier on in this question in the conversation, but in terms of so if you had three words for people to describe you, what three words would people describe you as? And then also, what three words would you describe yourself as?
Okay, so say the first one again. The first one is how people would describe me.
Yeah,
Transformational, humorous, and real.
nice. And then would you to describe yourself, or would you have a different?
I'd say the same.
Oh,
That's who I am.
that's what I
That's
like.
who I am.
That's what I like. And I feel like that's a big part of what you're sort of preaching and talking about, that you need to be real, or else you like you could face those non-real things as a threat or a challenge or a problem,
Yeah.
which is very
This is the thing, Ash. You can't be great by accident.
mm,
This is the thing which I want to get the message across. You can't be great by accident. Invest into yourself. It's really important. Before you go looking for love and before you go looking for answers from other people, you got to ask yourself some questions. What do you think of yourself? Do you love yourself enough? And that's how I see it.
all right. Um, so this is my final question that I have like on my list of prepared list, um, which is there any questions that you feel that I should have asked you but I didn't?
I think you've done a good job. I think you've done a good job. I think you've, navigated your way around. Because remember, we had the bit at the beginning, and I think you've navigated yourself really well, Ash. I think you've done a great job. So, boom, boom, boom.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um,
Hold on, before we do that, what does everybody else think? If you think Ash has done a great job, let's see some hearts for Ash. Let's show him some love. Let's get those hearts going.
all right. So did you want to leave it there, or did you want to? Was there any something else that you wanted to do, or
If there's any questions, depends. If there's any questions, put them in the chat. If there's something that you want to ask, feel free to put it in the chat. And if you want to find me like Larry Fisher, you can find me I'm here on Instagram. I'm here on LinkedIn. I'm on Twitter. You can find me at those places. If you want one-to-one coaching, I'm available. If your business needs business development and it needs transformational leadership, I'm your man. All of these type of things, I know how to bring change. I know how to bring transformation.
I
And
love
if you're in a place of doubt and asking yourself, where do I fit in? I'm your man.
I love it. All right, I'm just gonna talk you through the process because I know it's your first live. So basically, just click the X button in the corner, and then
Yep.
it will tell you, do you want to end the live? Click yes, and then it will take you to a page like similar to how you make a post. So you just put in whatever description you want, and then make sure you click share, or else like sometimes like if you don't share the live, then you sort of lose the live. So that's happened to me a few times. So I just want to make you aware to make sure that you. Oh, I realize another reason why is because they give you an hour limit. So if sometimes
Right.
if you go over the hour, it just closes it automatically, and then it loses the live. And yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna download this video and I'll put it on my page, but I'll also
Brilliant.
do a link so you have access to it as well. And then I'll send you the
Okay.
my page so you've got it.
Great. Thank you, everyone who joined us tonight. I know we had a lot of technical problems, but you know what? Thank you so much for sticking by us and standing with us. So we appreciate that.
100%.
Ash,
I
well done.
I want to second that. Like it was a bit of a challenge, but we together we made it through. And yeah, I think I really learned a lot. I really enjoyed Larry and his insight, and I thought that he would be like a very special guest, and especially for those that want to do entrepreneurship, I think he would give you some good, useful insights. And I definitely I want to bring him back on. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
make sure you guys prepare some questions for us, and also if you have some business or personal, I'd also recommend that you reach out to Larry as well. So that's sort of what I wanted to finish on.
Man, listen, Ash, it's been great. For those that just joined, where was you? Eh? Where was you? You missed it all.
You missed everything,
They
man.
missed it all, right?
Huh?
But like I said, take this with you. You cannot be great by accident. Really understand that. Put in the time, put in the work, put in the effort. Becoming who you need to be, I'm telling you, is a lonely pursuit. You've got to be resistant, resilient. You got to be motivated. Ask yourself that question. What is your motivation to want to get up on a dark, cold winter's night when there's rain, when there's snow? Find your motivation in understanding why you want to do what you have to do. And then you'll be able to do it.
Real.
Ash,
Till next time,
till
and
next time. Thank
also
you, everybody.
you guys know as well. Like I have reached out for Larry's services, so we're actually going to be doing some work together. So and you shouldn't recommend something that you wouldn't yourself buy.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. We out.
We out. Peace out, my boy.